Athletic Bilbao winger and Arsenal target Nico Williams has informed suitors of his desire to join Barcelona following positive talks. Williams, 22, has been subject to interest from Arsenal, Barcelona, and Bayern Munich. He impressed at last summer's Euros, teaming up with Barcelona star Lamine Yamal as Spain took home the crown. Now, again, to be honest with you, I'm sure, first and foremost, I don't know, I'm a football fan, but I'm not an agent or whatever. But to me, as a football fan, people, and maybe you disagree or agree, let me know your thoughts. Leave a comment and hit the like button. Nico Williams, I don't know you, never had a conversation, but it just looks clear that A, you would like to stay in Spain. Two, you've been for the best part of a year or two, been attracted by the prospect of playing for Barcelona and the magical club it is and what they're doing as a football club and the Spanish players they've got over there, so on and so forth. After that, if Barcelona made clear that they didn't want you, then it might be fair game, quote unquote, maybe for another Spanish club like Real Madrid or teams abroad. But to me, as an Arsenal fan, it feels like, cool, Mikel Arteta likes him. We need someone on the left-hand side. At the end of the day, he don't want to come here, people. Maybe he's giving encouragement. We know there's a lot of gamesmanship. Clubs will sometimes overplay their hand in terms of interest for a player as they pivot other options. That could be the case for Sesko and Gyökeres, depending on that. And also, players do the same. It's all fair in love and war. Despite interest from the Emirates, Williams seems likely to stay in Spain, having told those involved in talks of his preference for a move to the Camp Nou. He previously held talks with Bayern Munich as well, people. So maybe that was something. The news is a significant blow for Arsenal, who have promised a big summer ahead in this transfer window. Now, we hear Berta has the ability to pivot. Everyone's going to throw their hat into the ring of Nico Williams. He's chosen Barcelona, allegedly. Whoever the next target is, move on and find them. Bit jealous that Chelsea are actually linked with Malik Fofana. He's young. He is a bit of an unpolished diamond, but he's quality, man. So, yeah, it's a significant blow. Arteta did say it's going to be a big one, and we are very excited about it. The way we planned the first 5 summers, they were going to be very big, and they were going to have different objectives. No clue on what the second part means, people. And now, where Gyökeres is concerned, Sporting will reportedly only allow Gyökeres to depart this summer if his 100 million euros clause is paid in full. Do I really believe that? No. Again, it does look like a volatile situation and all the fallout between the president, the agent, Gyökeres, and so on and so forth, and all the journalists adding their personal spin. So they could say, you know what, at this moment in time, we're both not seeing eye to eye. Don't call my phone if you're the president and you get word that somebody's activated the release clause. Now, I think he'll be allowed to go for less. I'm sure Sporting would want to keep him, but at the end of the day, sitting on gold mine, really going to make a sizable profit. The Sweden international is expected to secure a high-profile transfer ahead of the 2025-26 campaign, following a sensational 2-year spell at Sporting, and Arsenal are pushing to finalise an agreement for his signature. According to Court Offside, the Portuguese giant want his release clause played in full, although Gyökeres' camp are eager to convince Sporting to accept a fee of 75 million euros. Boy, we'll have to see. And the president did say last week that he is not going for 60 million euros plus 10 million euros. I must admit, Gyökeres would love you at the carpet. Sesko the same, but more interested in the fixtures. The fixtures are being announced on Wednesday, I believe. It could be Tuesday, it could be Wednesday, I could be wrong, but one of the 2 days in the next 24 to 48 hours at 9 a.m. So I'm keen to see how that is. I'm more interested in that until Sesko or Gyökeres they start having medicals and we move forward beyond rumours. We have seen Ben Jacobs add his latest 2 pence. Gyökeres prefers a move to the Premier League and would welcome an Arsenal bid. Arsenal are still deciding between Sesko and Gyökeres. Berto simultaneously advancing both deals. Now, there's a reality where we want both. There's a reality where we want none, because imagine Isaac became involved. There's reality we want Gyökeres more or Sesko more. We might want Sesko more, but it's not making sense financially. It's making more sense with Gyökeres and vice versa and everything in between, people. But again, could you be leveraging interest if you're Arsenal? Are you go if you're talking to Sporting, are you saying to them, listen, we're close to agreeing something with Leipzig, and vice versa with the other counterparts? And to be fair, if you do the same, if Sporting somehow got in a somewhat of a bidding war, he would be open to Manchester United. He's quashed the fact of any suggestion potentially of any rejection, but a deal to date has also never been at an advanced stage despite suggestions. We've heard we're bidding twice, we've not bidded before, but it's flown to Portugal and everything in between. Apparently, Gyökeres crucially believes he'll be allowed to leave Sporting for 70 million euros. Now, he might believe that. He might very well been told that, but he's just a player. Does his agent, do clubs Because you'd imagine personal terms, there's a rough agreement for a lot, from probably a couple of clubs for Gyökeres, wherever he goes, and maybe Sesko the same, but focusing on Gyökeres, that's probably done. But the clubs need proper encouragement. You know, things are making sense before official channels are open, people. Arsenal have always been one to watch, but depend on Berta now because he is also in ongoing talks for Sesko at the same time, with a bid for one of the two targets expected soon. Gyökeres is going to give priority to Premier League clubs despite having firm Saudi interest and a glowing number of European suitors. Fair play. Apparently, Juventus are prepared to sell at least 8 players to be able to sign him, people. Arsenal are apparently reportedly ready to end their pursuit of Benjamin Sesko if talks don't advance soon. So there could be an element of what we've been suggesting, people. Allegedly, we've rejected a move from AC Milan for Calafiori, as I've said. Bring me Eze, man. Bayern Munich are the latest team to throw their hat into the ring. He has a 68 million release clause. Bring me Eze, man. Bring me Sesko, Gyökeres, whatever have you. Bring me Eze. He can play in the 10, play off the left, Premier League proven, all of that jazz. Get Kepa over the line. That's because we got a backup goalie. Probably need a couple of reinforcements defensively, and we go again, man. Eze would be. Maybe I'm wrong. Would you lot have Eze? Because in terms of age, because a lot of you would be shameless, yeah. I'm sure there's reasons as to why you may or may not want Eze, right? But a lot of you would say don't have Eze. He's 27, 28. How old is Gyökeres? Because some of you have Gyökeres. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying bear that in mind before you answer that question, people. You lot know I'm a fan of Jarell Hatto. Apparently, Arsenal and Chelsea have both held talks with Hatto about a summer deal. The player believes Arsenal to be the near perfect destination for his next step, but his camp are keen to keep the race open. Fair enough. Graham Bailey has spoken on Napan, who really and truly, I don't really care about people because he's not joining us. It's weird. Arsenal thought they got him. Take this over the line. It's not. It was actually Aston Villa who came in the strongest. Arsenal are a little bit shocked Manchester City have ended up getting him. They thought City were out of it. I felt they had beaten them to it. I mean, we might have thought that with Victor Rice, so it is what it is in that regards. As I said, Chelsea apparently have open talks with Lyon over Malik Fofana, who I'd love the look of, man. I've said it before, man. I think he's an absolute player. AC Milan, you know, Zinchenko is also the latest player to be linked with a move to them, people who are AC Milan apparently are pushing the move. But when you're earning 200 grand a week, it makes that a sticking point, as it says there. So we'll have to see. But his days do appear numbered. Apparently, according to reports in Spain, Ernesto Valverde would like to bring Laporte to Spain, but apparently, alongside Athletic, Marseille, Inter, Aston Villa, and Arsenal all reached out to sign Laporte. I don't, you know, we do need defensive reinforcements. It's easy to link us with ex-City players for obvious reasons, or into our manager. Can't say I believe this at all, people. It's easy to throw not just Arsenal, but a lot of names in for every player. There's not much said about Aston Villa, Arsenal, the other clubs, and all would have to tempt Laporte away from Saudi Arabia and his fortunes there. One factor could be the World Cup and his chances of making the Spain squad for the tournament. So there's not much said. So you just said our name without anything really and truly. What fee have they apparently set for him for the 34-year-old? Doesn't really say, or maybe I'm not reading it, but can you blame me for not giving time to the BS, people? Arsenal, Liverpool, and Bayern Munich all share an interest this summer, with AC Milan winger Rafa Leao on all three clubs' radars. The 26-year-old has been linked consistently with a move away in the last few weeks, and some reports have gone as far as to say he's talking to Bell. Berlin's Christian Flork has reported that a meeting has already been held between Leao's agent and Bayern Munich, so they might be the front runners. He also notes Liverpool have an interest in the Portuguese star, while Arsenal see him as a plan B if they fail to sign their first choice this summer. Fair enough, man. And we know we're not getting Nico Williams. Bacola, 1 minute he's leaving, then he's staying at PSG. So you just never know, really and truly. This, long story short, this is basically kind of honed in on the point that I made about maybe Berta's playing off the interest and with Gyökeres and Sesko and playing the game of charades to get the best deal. That being said, you do want to see deals announced, man. We're seeing other clubs doing stuff, but we're not quite doing such, people. Fabio Vieira apparently refused to answer questions about his Arsenal future. Right now is not the ideal time to talk about these issues. I am now representing FC Porto. I'm 100% focused on this competition with my teammates. That's all what matters to me. The rest will come later. Would you lot give Fabio Vieira a chance, or do you think he should be sold?